Okay, hello everybody. Want to welcome you to our week of prayer as we get started on our adventure. Just want to thank you for taking time to join us today. Just want to start with a quick Bible verse and a short story that happened very recently. Okay, here's a Bible verse. Isaiah 65:24 says, "I will answer them before they even call me. While they are still talking about their needs, I will go ahead and answer their prayers." So this is God speaking about prayer. He's going to tell us something really important in the text when it comes to prayer. But first, a little story. This story happened 3 weeks ago. It happened in Waterton Lakes. Our family's actually thinking of going to Waterton Lakes. When are we going? In July. Woo! So that's exciting. We actually haven't been before. We're pretty excited about that, because this is the season to kind of hit those places that you would never hit any other time. Except that. So, story is about a guy named Eric Macapus, and he was hiking. His aim was to climb Mount Crandall in Waterton Lake, and it's a beautiful trail. And he had a great day hiking around. And when he was about 7 kilometers into his hike, he heard the infamous growl. You know the Canadian greeting in the forest? It's a bear. But like man bears, no big deal. You see a man bear, don't even worry about it. You're going to be fine. But if you see a mama bear and her cub, you are done for. And that's what Eric saw that day. He saw a mama bear and her cub. And the cub was feeling very curious, so the cub started rushing him, going towards him, which means that the mom was nervous, and the mom started rushing towards Eric. And Eric had one thought. And this is how he kind of communicates the story. He says the story. He says, "I am dead. I'm dead. This is the end of me. Oh man, I am dead." But he does something. When he sees the bears coming towards him, he goes ahead and he pulls out his phone. This is like really, really thinking ahead. He pulls out his phone, takes out his glove, and he starts calling 911. And 911 comes on. So apparently you get really good reception out in Waterton Lakes. And he starts taking some steps back as the bears are still coming towards him. And in his most majestic masculine voice that he can muster under the circumstances, he starts telling the operator, "There's a mama bear and her bear cub, and they're coming at me." And the person asks, "Are you in trouble? Have they hurt you?" And he says, "No, but they're coming at me. And I'm just calling because I know that I will be injured very soon. Can you send help to save me?" And the operator on the other end says, "I've already sent help. Helicopter's on its way. It will take 3 hours to get to you." So immediately he thought to himself, you know what? Calling 911 when you're in a national park is really not helpful. If things are urgent, you might be in some big trouble. So as he continues the story, he says he kept going back and backing up, and the bear, the mom, and the baby kept coming closer. He would back up, and then they were starting to get a little too close, so he started to yell and kind of wave his arms around, and the operator's on the line the whole time, telling him, you can do this. You just have to do it for 3 hours, and help will get there. He's like, I don't have 3 hours of time. And finally, he was starting to run out of trail, and so he decided, I have one shot to survive this bear encounter in Waterton Lakes. I have to climb the mountain right now. I have to go to the highest peak in this mountain called Mount Crandall. And so when he had broken the tree line, so this is where the trees stop growing and it's just rocks. When he had broken the tree line, he made a beeline for the top of the mountain, that really pokey part of the mountain. And he just took off. And he says that he's never had that kind of adrenaline surging through his body ever before. But somehow he had the strength to make it all the way up to the mountain. And luckily, that was a little too steep for the baby bear, for the cub. So the cub stopped chasing him. And the mom stopped chasing him as well. And he was up there and he was safe. And once the adrenaline started to wear off, he noticed that he had twisted both of his ankles. He was scratched all over the place, because you can imagine if you're running for your life, it doesn't matter where you are just gonna book it. You just want to survive. And just like the operator said, 3 hours later, help arrived. So we started our little discussion that says that God will answer before we even call him. That he will send help while we're still talking. So here's the question, though. What does that mean? It actually shows us this cool, just mind-blowing thing about God. That when we share our needs with God, it is not news to him. There's this story in the Bible where a bunch of prophets of Baal were praying to Baal. And it gives you a contrast on how we view prayer. The prophets of Baal went on and on and on trying to get Baal's attention in order to wake Baal up. But that's not how God works. That's not how the scriptures tell us. In fact, when Jesus talks about prayer, he's going to speak about that very specific thing. Because when we talk to God, it's not about sharing our needs. He already knows that, Isaiah says. He's already walking in our footsteps. Someone said, a preacher's name is Thompson, he said that God was the first one at the empty tomb. At our darkest parts, he's already there. We're not the ones that are telling him about his needs. So what are we doing when we do pray? This is what Jesus says in Matthew chapter 6, verse 5. He says, "And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans." By the way, pagans isn't meant to be an offensive term. If you are a pagan, you're welcome. Pagans just the way the Bible describes people who weren't part of Israel. They just call them pagans. It says, "And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like the pagans." This is a shout out to the prophets of Baal. I feel like we need to just keep telling God, because if we don't tell him, he won't know. If we don't get his attention, he won't see us. Okay, so he says, "Do not keep on babbling like the pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him." So our first night of our week of prayer, here's the takeaway. The takeaway is God is intimately aware of all your needs, all of my needs, everything that we're going through. He's the first one at the tomb. We think it's us, but he's already there. Everything that is causing us anxiety, that is causing us worry, uncertainty about the future, situations that we can't see a way out, God is already aware of those needs. So what is it that we're doing when we come to God? Here's one thing I just want to leave with you. A possibility of what we're doing when we come to God. When we come to God, it's not because he doesn't know what we want. When we come to God, it's because we need our daddy. And our daddy's already aware of everything that we're going through. And this is what Jesus talks about. He says, your Father in heaven already knows. All he wants us to do is to turn to him for comfort so that he can pour his love and his peace and his joy on you and remind us that he's already provided for our needs. If he loves us so much, would he withhold a fish and give you a snake? That's what the Bible says. He wouldn't. He's giving you the best at all times because our Heavenly Father loves us. So that's the thought I want to leave with you today. And right now, if you have a mic, go ahead and unmute it. And this is what we'll do. We'll just have a little season of prayer. Amen. Amen. Okay, I want to thank you for joining us for our first night of Week of Prayer. Feel free to invite friends tomorrow, and we will continue. And we pray that we get closer to each other and to God. Have a great day, everyone.